mission, and I have been loving it. I've been loving reading and listening to podcasts about growth and changing our way of thinking, changing our patterns. It's very interesting. The one topic that I actually want to look more into is when you focus, energy goes to where focus goes. And if you focus on something consistently and aggressively, that will eventually, the universe will kind of bring it back, because that is where your focus is. As I start doing my shadow, I'll keep talking. There's 10 things that I just that I wrote down that I want to just share with you. The 10 things that will help you get started on this journey of maybe just allowing yourself to dream and to go after those things that you really, really want, and doing what's necessary, snapping out of that I can't mentality, or I'm a procrastinator. Those are just excuses. And so here are 10 things that I will, as I try to do my shadow, I will talk to you about. Okay, so first identify what's your dream? What is it that you want? It's important to be clear about it, and don't be afraid to write down things that seem impossible to you. Dream big. It doesn't matter. This is the power of manifestation. It's important to write it down, and even though you don't believe it at the beginning, keep reading it every day. Keep reading it, keep adding goals, be specific with numbers. Let's say, by the end of the year, I want to make X amount of money. Don't be afraid. Write things down and be clear, because like I said before, if you don't know your destination, how are you going to work out how to get there if you are not clear, if you don't have a clear vision of what it is? So writing that down, making sure, and that you look at it every single day. Number 2, decide along with that, but believe. Slowly, I know it's hard at first to believe in ourselves. If we're coming out of that place where we've been in a funk for so long and we're not inspired, we don't know even how to get out of it, we don't have that mental energy, emotional energy. It's hard, but tell yourself, feel it, not just in your mind, but continue to practice it every day, so that slowly you start to connect it with mind and body, and it starts to feel. Visualize, what would it look like? What would it feel like if you achieved that goal? What would your morning be like? Where would you be living? Who would be the people around you? What kinds of things are you contributing to your loved ones, or just humankind? Do you want to be able to someday be able to help more, to provide more? Those are the things that you can visualize. Making your dreams big will also kind of encourage you to make bigger commitment and bigger decisions and bigger quote unquote risks, because it's going to be fearful at some point. Yes, we're going to be scared, but it's learning to feel that fear and do it anyway. Which brings us to number 3, fear, which is what I was just saying. Most of our emotions are fear-based. For some people like myself, it's kind of like a mental default to just be afraid of everything. I was the person that I was so afraid of speaking in front of people that when I was in school, if it came my turn to read out loud, I would get so nervous that I would hyperventilate, and then the words wouldn't come out. I had always been that way. I was afraid of people, and I'm not talking just the thought of getting in front of a bunch of people and speaking it's just not something I could even consider. because the fear was so great. But guess what? As I've started to do this work, I am able to actually share in a large group of people, because when in the 12-step meetings, some are small, some are large, but even that there, where I know people are not judging, I still could not allow myself to share openly, because I was just always so afraid of what they were gonna think, if they were gonna judge me, if I wasn't gonna make sense with what I said, if my accent was gonna come out and people were gonna make fun of me. All the stupid negative thoughts that we constantly have, going around and around. We need to learn to shut that voice down and acknowledge it. Say, thank you, I see you, I know you're there, but you don't serve me. You don't serve me, so I am releasing it. And practice, it's practice. It doesn't come easy. I'm not saying it's gonna be something that is easy, but with practice, we can make progress. We can make things happen, but like I said, not overnight. Number 4, take action. Doing something every single day. Like I said, I told myself every morning, I am not getting up later than 9 o'clock. I am making my bed. As simple as that sounds, it puts you in a different frame of mind. I'm gonna make my bed. I'm gonna put on my work clothes, my workout clothes, because that increases the chances that I'll actually get to work out later on. I commit to working out 3 to 4 days a week, and I make sure I make it happen. It is promising yourself things and following through. This is how we build on that self-confidence. What we do and what we say we're going to do are two very different things. So it is take action every single day, even if it feels like it's nothing. Even if it feels like it's something so small, it doesn't matter. Any step towards that goal, regardless of how small it is, and every single day you just try to get a little better. You just try to maybe do a little more. 1% each day, increase it in whichever area it is that you need to take action in. Do it. Don't just say you'll do it or think that you'll do it, but actually do it and check it off, and you'll see how good you start to feel about yourself. One of the things I also wrote down on daily habits that I want to change and incorporate, I wrote down I want to drink at least 3 bottles of water. I want to at least eat 2 healthy things every day, because I got to a point that my depression got so bad I wasn't eating, so therefore I had no energy. It is taking action, saying that you'll take the action and then following through. The next one, number 5, my favorite, love yourself. For me, this, believe it or not, has been a difficult thing to learn, because like I said before, it's not something that I have ever really felt about myself. Towards my children, absolutely. And my children have always been my big motivator, the reason I keep pushing forward and want to change things, want to change my life for the better. It's always, my motivation has always been my children, but I'm learning as I get older that I also need to do it for myself. That in order to achieve long-lasting change, you need to do it for yourself and feel it in your heart that you deserve that, you want that for yourself, and genuinely feel it. The way I show care for myself and love myself is through skincare and makeup and doing the things that I love, like Zumba. I became a Zumba instructor at the age of 50 because I love dancing. That was always a dream of mine. That we were really poor, so I never had the opportunity to get any type of formal training, but that was always a dream. And at the age of 50, I said, you know what? No more. I'm gonna go for this. And I got several certifications to teach Zumba, and that's what I did. And I taught for a couple of years, just until last year, until the age of 54. So it's never too late. If you want something bad enough, you feel that fear, because getting in front of all these people at the gym and dancing, trust me, was something that I didn't think I could overcome, the fear. But when I quiet that voice in my head and just do what I love doing and just go into, I love dancing, and I just get into that moment and just feel the passion, then everything else kind of disappears, it quiets down. So it's the same idea for me, as far as taking care of myself, skincare. I spend hours upon hours every week, every day, taking care of my skin, doing different treatments, using different devices, masking, doing research, everything. For me, that's the way I can show love for myself. And it's different for everyone. It looks different for everyone. But the important thing to remember is that it's important to do it. Next step is use others' success as inspiration. Like I said at the beginning, I had the tendency to always compare myself, especially when you're trying to do YouTube. Guys, that is the challenge. Not compare yourself to other YouTubers. And I'm not growing, and I see everyone around me growing and everyone's successful, and their videos blow up and my videos get no views. All these things, it's a difficult thing to have every day, constant in your mind. And I've had to work really hard and train myself to not think that way, to not compare my beginning with someone else's end. Sometimes we see people that succeed, and that's her story too. She goes into how she went from being a waitress to creating this product in her living room, and how she experienced failure. Everywhere she went and presented her product, nobody wanted to listen to her. So she went through a lot of years of just complete, failure upon failure, wasting money, investing. And she never gave up. She never gave up on that dream. She kept fighting, putting herself out there. And eventually she created such an amazing line of products, which the foundation that in her honor, I use this foundation, but not just because of that, but because I love it. It's your skin but better. But anyway, her story is so inspiring. Finally, she became so successful that L'Oreal bought her company for over $1 billion. And this was a woman that started, and she's still pretty young. I think she's only like maybe 40. That just shows you that it's possible. It's possible. And like, just like her story, there are so many inspiring people that have achieved amazing things just because they never gave up on their dream, and they never gave up on following that gut feeling, that, listening to that voice. And in spite of the way, the world or everything seemed to kind of stack up against you, still having that deep core belief in yourself and pushing forward. That's how these people achieve success. It's not that it comes easy. It's not that they get lucky. I take inspiration from people like her, and that's what this point is. Use other success as inspiration instead of as a comparison, as inspiration, to say and think, if she can do it, so can I. She started in her living room, her and her husband, and they had no money. I'm sure if you own a small business, or if you are an entrepreneur, you know exactly what it's like. The first years are brutal, and success does not come overnight. So that's number 6. Number 7, view mistakes as lessons, not as an excuse to give up. Boy, that's a tough one. And let me tell you, that one is hard for me. Some days I get to a place where I invest, for example, a lot of hours, a lot of research on a given video, and I put it up and I'm so excited, and I'm like, this is it, this is gonna be the one. No views, crickets. And it's very challenging to stay motivated when that continues to happen. But that is where the lesson lies. This is where the growth happens. And without that, we wouldn't be receiving what we need in order to succeed in the future. This is all part of the plan. I choose to believe it's all part of the plan. It's, they're saying, there's a saying that goes, God's delays are not God's denials. So sometimes it's just reminding myself, Nancy, this is just not your time. Your time will come, but you need to be patient and you need to not stop believing. You need to not give up, as hard as it feels and as hurtful as it is, because, with social media, it's hard to not take it personal, but that's the worst thing that I can do, is take it personal. So I have to bring myself back to that place of, yes, this is part of the process. This is exactly what I'm supposed to be going through. I am exactly where I need to be, and I just need to ride this. This too shall pass. Things are always constantly changing. Things don't stay the same, and so I have to bring myself back to that. And that's where sitting with yourself for 10-15 minutes every day, journaling a little bit, reading inspirational daily reflections. I have 2 little books that are just a 1 page, and they're daily things that kind of get you to think, things that remind you what's really important, that remind you to stay in gratitude, to remain open to all the beautiful things that that our Creator has in store for us, if we just are willing to have the patience and wait and keep working. Not throw our hands up and say, God will, present this for me. No, we need to do our part. But one of the biggest challenges is, like I said, is when the tough gets going, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I guess where that saying comes from. That makes sense. The next one is number 8. Value my decisions. The decision to get up early every morning is a momentous one. The tiny decisions happen every single day when I look at the clock. Do I get up or do I stay in bed? It is simple things that if we do it consistently, we start to have value in ourselves. So celebrate the little things that you accomplish every single day. Every little decision, every single little thing we do matters, because what you do determines who you become, and who you become means either your success at achieving your dreams or your failure. So choose wisely. Number 9, don't let bad habits win. A lot of times we hide behind the excuse of, oh, I'm just a procrastinator, and we kind of just give ourselves that label, and then that gives us permission to not be productive, to not do anything, because, oh, I'm just a procrastinator, as if there's nothing we can do about it, as if we don't have the power to change that. So it is a mental bad habits of things that we do that we know are not serving us, but we continue to do them anyway because they've become a habit. So just in the same way that we can create bad habits, we can do the same and create good ones. Like putting that alarm, getting up even when you don't want to, working out even when you don't want to, eating healthy even when you don't want to. In my case, filming a video and posting it even when I don't want to, because I'm afraid of the failure. But just because it's been that way in the past, it doesn't mean it's going to be like that forever. So I remind myself every single day, my past does not determine my future, and I can't become complacent and not do it because I'm afraid of failure. So I do feel that fear, and I push myself. I sit in front of the camera. I become vulnerable like I'm doing today. I put myself out there. For me, coming on camera the first time without makeup, you guys have no idea how terrifying that was. I'm the type of person that I do not leave my house without makeup. When I was teaching Zumba, I would put on a full face of makeup to go to the gym and sweat. Like in 5 minutes, it was all gone. But, well, part of it is that I love playing with makeup, but that's just who I am. I always walk out of my house full, put together. And showing myself on camera like that was one of the biggest fears that I had to overcome. And not thinking or caring about what other people think and say about me. That was huge for me. It took me a while to get there, but you can get there. Trust me, everyone else is worried about their own lives, especially if they're narcissists. So it doesn't matter that we failed in public because no one is keeping count, no one is keeping track. Everyone is worried about their own stuff that they're struggling with because we are all struggling with something. We're not alone. Okay, and the last one, number 10, believe the universe is friendly. And I'm gonna put on my glasses. To read this one. It's just a quick quote. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Remember that. Okay, so before we finish up, let me put on some lipstick. And then I'm gonna read you a couple of things from just some of the titles from the book that I haven't read the book. I just participated in the seminar, sorry. But I just wanted to read you a couple of things from here that caught my eye that I'm looking forward to reading. Believe in giving what you need. Believe in the power of letting your light shine. Believe in miracles. Believe in a power greater than yourself. And believe you are enough. Thank you for spending a few minutes of your day with me today. I am really honored and grateful. Thank you so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked this style of video so that I can continue to do it. I hope to start a series if that's something that you guys are interested in. So please let me know. And I hope you'll stick around for next videos. I post a video every single week and some shorts along the way. Okay, that's it for today. Have a beautiful day. And like Tony Robbins says, live with passion. See you on the next